Hi, I'm Danielle, and welcome to This Enchanted House. Today we have a book review, one that I've kind of been meaning to do for a long time and I've kind of been putting off for various reasons, but today we are reviewing The Cottage Fairy Companion by Paola Merrill, and I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing her name right, but she's actually one of my favorite YouTubers. She has a YouTube channel called The Cottage Fairy, way more popular than mine, so, but I feel like I should do, if we're going to talk about books, especially cottagecore books, I should definitely talk about ones that I really like and really recommend. And this is, I was excited when she announced it. I've had it in pre-order. I've actually had it a while and kind of actually sat with this one for a little bit. But yeah, so her YouTube channel and her book is her exploring her journey of slow living, kind of taking on this sort of what we would think of as an ideal cottagecore lifestyle. She's moved out to a small little cabin cottage in the wilderness, you know, tried to live her life simply, tried to do things on her own, be mindful of what she of her consumption and her how she interacted with the world. More recently, she just got married, so congratulations if you see this. And she's moved into a new place with her husband, and I've been watching her, you know, take that and make that space her own too, which has been absolutely wonderful. But book, so let's go back to book. There will be, you can find her YouTube channel down below, and I highly recommend, if you aren't watching her, please go watch her. She's amazing. Best compliment I can give this, because I do love her channel so much, is this is really feels like she took her channel and turned it into a book. And the wonderfulness about that is YouTube, as much as we think of it as a thing that is here all the time, media changes and disappears, and like there's one day YouTube might disappear. I know it's really hard to think of, but that's a possibility. And the great thing about this is it takes that and it makes it into this. She's taken something that she's created that's sort of ethereal. She's taken something she's created that exists in this sort of like imaginary space, or this like virtual space, and made it tangible. And it's something you can hold and have on your bookshelf, and I really like that. But we should probably get into the actual content. It does follow along with her channel. She has, the book is divided up into seasons, so it follows a year, and you could follow along with her through the year, picking up on the chapter where she's at. She talks a lot about her growth as a person and her mental health, and she does this on her channel as well. And maybe the only warning I would give to her, it's not like bad content, but it can be intense and raw, and it's one of those things that's absolutely beautiful about her. But I know my own mental health, I have to be in the right headspace to engage with her, and that's going to come down to person. It's very brave of her to put herself out there in that way, because I think it helps people feel less alone and less like, oh, is this just me? And I think that's always helpful. But let's talk about some of the less heavy content. There's a lot of like projects, both like to help, you know, like with journaling and creativity and meditation, which she has some really great meditations in here, and I've done some of them and I really enjoyed them. And I'm a big believer in meditation. So yeah, I really enjoyed her meditations. She has some projects and craft projects. I will say this, this book hits the right balance of, these are all things you could do as a beginner, and you don't need a whole lot of like materials necessarily. You could go out and find some of the things in nature, or there's things you can probably have in your local craft store, or just basic household things like scissors and stuff. It feels really accessible, but they're very well thought out. The one I really want to try that I have to wait for winter is she has the icicle ornaments, where you freeze things in ice and hang them outside to decorate, and then your animal friends have snacks later on. And I thought it was a really neat idea, and I'm excited to try it. I haven't tried it yet. She has there are some recipes in here. There are some craft projects. But my favorite part of this book really is just the visual of it. Oh, actually, I opened right up to pressed flowers. So like you can see, I love how she's got them displayed in this like glass plate, but she talks about how the pressed flowers. Photography in this book definitely does mirror the cinematography of her YouTube channel, which is beautiful. Like, it's like one of those things, if you just wanted to put it on and just watch it, she's really great at capturing all this wonderful nature around her. But and she's done it in the book and through the photography, and I believe most of the I believe all the photography is hers. And there's a picture of her, you know, foraging, I think, here. Yeah, she does a fruit tree. Is that a fruit tree? Yeah, that's definitely a fruit tree. She's got her little basket and stuff. It's great. But also, this page shows it. She is a very talented artist, and she does have an Etsy shop, and I'll put a link to that below too. And she has little illustrations throughout that just are like very pretty, very simple, but it just elevates this book, and I'm going to pull up the back cover and you can see the little bird, and it just elevates this book just a little more. It's like, this is one of those cottagecore books I just have to highly recommend, even if you've never watched her channel. Like I said, the book is kind of the essence of the channel, so you can get what her channel is just from this book, which I love her prose. It's very much in her voice. I highly recommend the Cottage Fairy, both the book and the YouTube channel. Obviously, the YouTube channel you can just go watch on YouTube, and you should subscribe to her. And if you are any kind of cottagecore, any kind of slow living nature person, definitely is your cup of tea if you haven't found her yet. I highly recommend her book. It's really nice to have something so beautiful. I've read through it, and then I read through it again, and I've done some of the meditations, and I really enjoyed it. Only other thing is I really would love more illustration. I would love just for her to do an art book. That's just my little personal wish list. She has some really beautiful art, and yeah. So if you're going to do another book, maybe do an art book next. I would love it. Maybe, art book with some like poetry. That'd be top notch. The Cottage Fairy Companion. Highly recommend the book. Highly recommend the channel. But yeah, I hope that review was helpful. If this is you were trying to find an outside opinion, you've got it. I'm absolutely adore. If you have any questions for me about my opinions on it, you can ask me down below. If you've read it, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. Have you watched her channel? Just if you want to just gush about her gush for a while, we can do that. I'd love to hear just from you guys, just to say hi. So I'd love to hear from you guys below. I'd also love to connect with you guys on my other social media. I have links to my Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr down below if you want to check me out there. If you like this video and you thought it was useful, please give it a like. That helps me out. If you please check out my other videos, see if her channel is your cup of tea. My channel might be your cup of tea. I'm a little different sphere than her, but there's definite overlap. If you like those, please subscribe. I hope you guys have an enchanted day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!